A movie everyone asked for. And honestly, I think this is a really good sequel, but it has some problems, but you know what? I still had a good time. Ted 2. As I said in my intro, I had a great time with this movie. It's a movie I said, it looks good, it looks really funny, and I think it could do a really good sequel. And guess what? It was a good movie, but it has some problems. So the basic story is Ted and his girlfriend want to have a baby. Thing is, Ted's not really human, so when he goes to try to have a baby, he finds out he's just property. He's not famous anymore like he was in the first one. And so he wants to go to the courts, he wants to fight to be a human, not just property. Overall, I really like this movie. It was a fun movie, it really is. As a comedy sequel, it's one of the best comedy sequels I've seen in a while. Mark Wahlberg and Ted, who is voiced by Seth MacFarlane, they do a really good job. The chemistry between each other is so realistic, even though it's a bear talking, which is really hard to do, and I gotta give props to Mark Wahlberg. Amanda Seyfried, she was really funny. I still like Mila Kunis better than the first one. She was not in this movie. I won't spoil why she wasn't. But in this movie, Amanda Seyfried and Mark Wahlberg and Ted, all them together, it made a good little gang, you could say. They were really funny. They were some really good, clever comedy, and there was a really good Jurassic Park reference. Now, my biggest problem with the movie is toward the end. You know, when you get a comedy, it's really funny, it's hilarious, all kinds of stuff, but they try to focus on the story way too much when honestly you don't take it as serious. I mean, for crying out loud, it's a talking teddy bear. They go to court and you actually have a serious moment. Is it a bad scene? No. It's just, it kind of feels out of place, you could say. Now, honestly, if they would have just made the whole movie gags and clever comedy like the first one, but the thing is, the first one had that problem too. But Ted 2 is just as good as Ted 1 in my opinion. I like Ted 1 better just because it's more original. Ted 2 is a sequel. It has some problems, but I still like the movie. Another problem I didn't like is, remember that guy in the first one who was trying to take Ted? Yeah, he's back in the second one, and he completely does the same exact thing he does in the first one. And it's just really, why is that in the movie when you have this whole storyline? Like, honestly, it's a get a wife, get a baby, and then it turns out to this court, to a road trip. It's just completely over thing. The plot is too much when it's really just a funny gag movie. That's my biggest problem. The story just overrides the comedy toward the end of the movie. But overall, I still really like the movie. I say go see it. You will laugh out loud because there is some really funny parts. Toward the beginning is the best part. The end, again, the story overrides the comedy way too much, especially with the court scene. But there are some really good cameos in this movie. Overall, I like the movie. I'm not giving it a horrible review, but there is some big problems. I will give it a 3 out of 5. I say go see it. It's a great time. You will laugh out loud. It's not as good as the first one, but it definitely has the same problems as the first one. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.